Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to Dating My Budget. My name is Nita and I'm on a journey to becoming a financial warrior. I'm giving myself financial options with the help of zero-based budgeting, the cash envelope system, and savings challenges. And today we're about to get in the first paycheck of December and we're about to cash plan this paycheck. Before I begin, I just wanted to share with you guys or remind you guys that this is a tracker I created for my bills. This top portion gives the dates and what the bills are, if I pay them monthly, semi-monthly, annually. And this prevents me from writing everything out in my monthly expenses. I have it here. Not only that, all these expenses come out on the 3rd. I am a month ahead, and see if I can find a piece of paper to put in the background so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm a month ahead, so there's always a month's worth of income for the bills. And all I'm doing every paycheck is replenishing that amount so that I stay ahead. On the bottom here is all the credit cards I have in my possession. In case I use them, I got a quick reminder of when they're due, so I can avoid that interest. But that's what I have here. So just wanted to share that. I haven't shown that in a minute. Getting in today's budget. The paycheck came in at $987.60. We have a completed challenge from $20 Tuesday, and that is a total of $40. And so that's all the income that we have to work with for this budget. So that's a total of $1,027.60. So we get to move down to the bill section. In the bill section, my bills, monthly expenses stay in the bank. So I put SIB for the date, and my account cushion stays in the bank, SIB. And monthly expenses, the total monthly expenses is $390. So I just divide that in half and replenish my month ahead checking account. And so that is $190. Checking account cushion gets $125. Down here to the bills that I stuff in cash, Amazon is going to get $12. Month ahead is getting $25. And this month ahead, I'm saving to go towards all the other expenses that I do not pay. That's not included in my monthly expenses, is like the mortgage, the electricity, entertainment, those, and groceries, like the true grocery bill. Next is Secure Auto. That's my car insurance. I pay every 6 months, but I was able to get a year ahead last year just by stuffing the same amount every year. Now, even though my bill decreased year after year, I still stuffed it as that rate that I was paying back in 2022. I think it took me only 2 years to get a year ahead. So now I'm stuffing it with a little bit of buffer at $100 a month, so it gets $50 every paycheck. And then next is the eatery. This is getting $50. The eatery, we do a 3-month meat haul, so that's one of my contributions to the household groceries. Now we can add up all of the bill section. And so we have $190. We're just gonna do 100 for these last two. So $452 in the bills. $452 minus $1,027.60. We have $575.60 rolling over to the next category. Now, one thing I really enjoy, and since I purchased this Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook, I've been using this for the past 2 years, and one reflection that I had is I enjoy doing this part. I love cash stuffing. I love having the amount when I need it, and seeing my bank account grow. But this part for me was a game changer because I felt like I was no longer committing financial suicide. Having a written plan for every dollar, it gave me vision and clarity to know where every cent is going. And I've been able to structure my challenges, my budget, my sinking funds to fit this year after year without fail. And I had to find the right tools. That's one thing about being a warrior. You train, you stay in the fight, and you sharpen your skills or change your weapons. I do not have a suicidal budget, okay? Next is my cash envelopes, the envelopes I carry in my wallet. Well, let's bring down our leftover amount, which is 575, 575.60. So groceries, I give myself $40. And this is just to pick up things from week to week. Maybe it's on sale, maybe we run out. The major thing is like we run through seasoning. We run through it. But you know, they come in such specific ones, come in such a small container. And it's hard to get a larger one. Besides, you know, salt, pepper, parsley, things like that. Like, you know, we be that Montreal steak, the Chicago, and I think it's New Orleans. I forget the brand right now, but listen, you don't need salt or pepper. They got everything you need in one of those. Depending on how you feeling, sprinkle a little of that. But yeah, so that's what the $40 cover. Next is car juice, which is my gas envelope, and that's getting 50. Last month I did 45 and we spent all of it. And it's like it's only $10 difference, but I was just gauging to see. You know, I've been noticing gas prices been going down. They go back up, you know. But I just wanted to play with it and see if I can continue to decrease. But we might have to wait till 2025 to do that. Next is dine out. We give it $25. And I've been doing this since the start of my budget journey. And $25 is not a lot for a family of 4. But usually we'll pick up a pizza. There's always some kind of coupon code or deal. Or just going out to eat. But that's not enough. But I do have a buffer to cover the overage. But what we don't spend weekly on dining out, we just roll to our vacation. Next is Fam Jam. And this is the category I carry in my wallet for the kids. If they need anything. I've been making them spend their money this year because they've been letting it stack up. They got cash, they got debit cards. You know, as long as we don't have to spend from that savings, it's like, but y'all need to get in the habit of buying and paying for your own things. I make sure you have the cash, so it's still coming from me. But you know, once they get it and it's theirs, it's only supposed to grow, especially my daughter. Next is miscellaneous, and this is going to get $10. And so our cash wallet total, let me make sure I'm in frame, because I am good for being out of frame. So that's $145. Most of the year, this category has been $135, but I gave it a little increase since my new car scratch off challenge was the lowest. I was able to spread some cash a little bit further in other envelopes or binders. So that's what I did here. So 145 minus the 575.60, 430.60. Moving on over to the sinking funds. I was able to add in a new sinking, well, it's not new, but we haven't stuffed it since the beginning of the year, February to be exact, which was holiday. Home decor been stuffing throughout the year, but those two I added due to the extra from having a low amount in the new card envelope or scratch off. So next is wellness, and this is going to get $6. School aid is the kids back to school for 2025, and that's going to get $40. And let me show you guys this, just so you know that I am a planner. I pre-plan as much as I can on everything in life. Here is where I pre-plan almost a month in advance for the upcoming paycheck. So I work it out, and they're the different colors for different binders. I have the binders listed on the side, so I can kind of go through, make sure after I pay my bills, what's left was $665, and I was able to break it down in each of these categories that I'm actively working on. So that's where I'm getting the numbers from as I write in here. I made sure this budget, so when I come over here, I'm confident enough to know that I can just transfer the numbers. Sometimes I mess up, but still I have that help to kind of help me figure out where I went wrong. And so that was something I started at the start of my budgeting journey. And that was another example of, you don't have to have this nice organized budget. You use what you have so you can, get the things you want. My first year, I created my own budget sheets. I changed the theme every month, the color, and I just tailored it and typed it up to fit me. But yes, it's been nice having this. I love it. I'm working on doing the same thing as I started, creating my own budget sheets for next year. And that's because, for one, this book is done. I used it for 2 years. Every month has 5 budget sheets, and I haven't found anywhere some things I need and want to see in my budget breakdown. So I'm working on that. But let's get back to the sinking fund categories. Next is BGC, which is birthdays, gift celebrations. This is getting 21 all year. Well, for the year, I set a goal of 500, and I divided that by 24 paychecks. I exclude the magic months from my bills and sinking funds, so that when I get the magic months, that income is free to go wherever. It's not, I don't have to pay bills, but I usually do. So I'm kind of more than a month ahead my actual checking account for my expenses, because I always pay it as though it needs to be paid. But it serves as a purpose of having a budget, buffer, and a new expense, which I did forget. And I need to continue to write this down, because for 2025, I'm going to actively start either cash planning or add it to the monthly expense amount. And I opened a new whole life insurance plan for the kids. And I need to see that, because I paid it in full. So there's no monthly bill. The buffer is basically going to cover the next premium, but I need to start saving for it for the following premium. So my buffer is there, and it's not being eaten up by expense. Next is Christmas 2025, and we're going to give this $50. Sick days is going to be fully funded for the year. I set a goal at $750, and with the challenge that we completed on $20 Tuesdays, I have written that I was going to give it $11, which is an odd amount, and it needs to be $10. So we're going to write on here 50. And I think that extra dollar I'm going to add to wellness, or maybe I wrote on my, let me just show you so you have a reference. Sick days, I wrote 11. So this should be 10, but knowing that I already added this up and it balanced, I don't know how it's going to balance here. So we may be $1 off. I'm going to give sick days $50, 10 from my paycheck, 40 from the challenge. And then experiences, this is for the kids' hobbies. It's going to get 10. Holidays, I think I set a goal of 300. And this just for holiday decor, holiday things that come up. Maybe we got to do holiday drive-in or strawberry festival. Small things that the cost is because it's the holiday. We're doing something for the holiday or related to the holiday. And last year I saved $200, and we end up spending that. We actually finished that in October for Halloween. Not Halloween horror, Halloween. So we depleted that for that, and so we need to build it back up. And I think I set the goal at 300 because the event we went over our $200 budget, and that was due to parking. Parking was like 30 or 40 bucks. So I increased it to 300. Card defense is getting 53. I'm doing a 52 weeks challenge to save for this is my car emergency fund. So 53 weeks, that's been that number. I've been able to be consistent with paycheck after paycheck to hit that goal by the end of the year. Home decor, I set a goal at $750, and we will not hit that goal, but I saved over, I'll say about 70%. Some things we want to buy for the house, and yes, we'll be able to do a decent amount of that. We're giving it $20. Home defense is getting $29. And this category will be completed, fully funded for the year. I set a goal at $500. $29 will fully fund that category. This is the home emergency fund. So we're going to add this up. Let's see, 6 plus 40. So that's $292 for the sinking funds. And then when I come here and add them up here, the numbers are different because they're added by binder. And so I always like to see how much money I'm able to go to savings. They're sinking funds, but they're savings accounts for future spending. And so this is a reinforcer, yes, keep doing it, you're doing good. And it's almost $300 of your income for your future expenses. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's all the thoughts I'm having when I see this number. And so 292 minus 430.60 leave us with 138.60. And yes, so already I know because the change, let me go down here. My zero out challenge gets the last 3 digits of my paycheck, and that was 987.60. So we're going to go ahead and fix this. We're going to give $7 to wellness. And so this is going to be $293. And so what's rolling is 137.60. Last 3 digits goes to the zero out challenge. And what I scratched off in the new car challenge was 130. So we just did our math here without doing the math, but 760 plus 130 equals what we started with. Savings total is the same amount that we came in with, which is 137.60. 137.60 minus 137.60 leaves us with 0. This for me is why I stick with the zero out budget. And for those who feel like you have to pull all your cash out of your bank account, you do not. That's not what zero-based budget is. That's not what it's about. It's about assigning your dollar amount to where you need it to go. Are you saving? Do you have sinking funds? Do you have enough to cover your bills, variable expenses, groceries, gas? That's what this is, giving you pretty much a blueprint of how to organize your money. My account cushion stay in the bank. My account is not brought to 0. It never has been. It was never at 125, maybe 10, 15 bucks. And I let that accumulate to become a cushion. My monthly bills, they go to a separate credit union where that checking account is paying the bills. And then I have a savings account where this month ahead is attached. And when it's fully funded, I put that in that savings account. So it's like I have a bill bank, a bill buffer, bill checking account, bill savings account, all of that. So my budget have my back. I'm secure. I feel safe, financially safe. And that may be my best advice to anyone. Like, get to a safe place. Start, write out your expenses, things you want to save for. Maybe you can't save for everything right now. Still write it in your budget. If it's all at zero, okay, no problem. But then that just means you got other priorities. And eventually you may be able to slide $5 here, $5 there. This is your map. Over time, your direction will change and you will set the path to where you really want to go versus where you're at. We starting because the journey we're on, we don't like it. And it needs to change. So this right here, a must, A1, A plus, whatever you need. So hopefully this was a help to someone to just start. You can't afford these budget planners. Maybe you can find a budget sheet that you like. I'll be creating one and share with you guys, but that won't be till 2025. Sorry about that. I'm not finished with it, so that's the reason why. But hey, you get you a notebook from the dollar store. You don't even need a ruler. I don't think I used a ruler on this. I used the edge of, like, you get those flyers in the mail. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's what I did and threw it out. Organize it so you have something you can work with. And I just did it so every month I have something I can pre-plan. And I want it all in one spot. So that's why I did it like this. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, you guys.